really need to change that hotkey. I really do. And we are back. And I forgot to do something. Now we're back. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. I believe we just have to talk to her.
Oh, almost forgot.
Yep, and we get a terrible tutorial, which I'm going to fast forward through. I hope you all don't mind. This is a completely... my wires are all fucked up over here. This is a completely unskippable, obnoxious tutorial that you have to do every single time, so I'm just going to do this. Hopefully you all don't mind. I can explain it later. It's a pretty simple concept. You get sphere levels, you move across the sphere grid. When you get to a node that's not empty, such as that one on the left, you have to use a sphere, which is explaining right now, except very, very slowly. Those give you abilities. That one gives you cheer, if I'm not mistaken. You can zoom out. It's a really big map. This sphere grid's pretty huge. I need to stop fast forwarding that. Did I stop fast forwarding? I don't know. I did, okay. So I appear to have fixed the frame rate. It's actually now running at 60 instead of the 50 it was before. Do we have to talk to him again? Yes, we do, okay. Talk to her again.
It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there and activate it.
Hopefully it has clothing in there.
Salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
Nope, thumbs up. Like how he's like just jumps in there without goggles, with nothing. And then we have the fin paddle shoulder lady person. So you just go down. If you push square, you go back to the ship, obviously. Just follow this chain. The chain's going where you're supposed to be going, so. You will fight piranhas in this area, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Something that looks like piranhas. I don't know what their actual name is, but you can steal grenades from them, and I really highly recommend it. In fact, let's go ahead and do it now. You cannot one-shot a group of 3 with Titus, if I'm not mistaken. It's a group of 2 or less you can one-shot. So these groups, obviously, you can easily steal a grenade from them without any issue, especially when it's a preemptive strike. On preemptive strikes, you get 1 full round before the enemy gets to do anything, and I wasn't holding circle, not 0. If you are ambushed, the enemy gets 1 full round of turns before you're able to do anything, so it can be pretty bad in some cases. And the reason I'm recommending you steal grenades is because of something that's going to come up in this area. There's a save point if you, if you need it. That's probably the only save. Actually, you know what? I will use that save point. If it would... oh, never mind. We're off. Whatever. Didn't need that save point anyway. This is a fairly straightforward area. There's no stuff you can loot. There's just 1 circular room down a hallway into another circular room, so... if you get lost here, I don't know what's wrong with you. Let's see here. We want to steal from... I think they're both groups of 3, so it doesn't really matter which we steal from. I was gonna see if there was one I could one-hit with Titus here, but nope. Steal from the other group. Get another grenade. And kill the first one. Always make sure to kill at least 1 group of enemies as quickly as possible. It's just less damage coming to you, so always good to do. And one thing I need to do is actually go to the sphere grid before we continue this. And learn that skill, that ability thing. On the expert sphere grid, you have a whole different layout. Can I zoom out all the way? Everyone starts kind of down here in the center. And stuff is in different locations. Obviously, you're not going to start right next to Ultima, but everyone starts in the center right next to each other, and it's a way more wide open kind of layout for the sphere grid on the expert one. So you can basically take people wherever you want to. Right now they're on a guided course, basically, to a certain spot. And we fix everything electronic by beating on it. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Although we're not even beating on it at this point, but you beat on the water next to it. So that's how that works, obviously. Quite clearly. So you do that, and there's some sort of kraken-like beast that shows up. Luckily, he can't fit down that hallway. On the downside, that hallway is where we have to go. So that ability I just got is cheer. I don't know what the help button is. In fact, I don't even know if there is a help button in this version of the game. I guess not. It ups your attack, defense, and I think it ups all of your stats just slightly. I'm not have to see here. So the first thing I want to do is steal from it. So we get another grenade. You see a pattern here? And then, let's see, raises party's strength and defense. There you go, just those two. It also puts him up on a second turn here, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. And that's what I like about that little thing on the right side there that shows you turns. You can decide when and what to use. So now we'll take less damage and we will deal more damage. So I'm going to go ahead and start throwing grenades at this guy. If you steal, you know, 5 grenades like I've got here, this boss fight's not hard at all. In fact, it's not hard at all to begin with. When both people go, when Sleepy and our question mark friend here go, excuse me, the beast will go around back. We cannot hit him with our standard attacks. It'll say it's out of range. What you can do is you could push left on the D-pad, or whatever controller you're using, and click standby. That'll heal you a little bit. She doesn't need to be healed, so I'm going to have her throw a grenade, which can hit him, by the way. And he got hit once, and he doesn't have a long-range attack, so I'm just going to tell him to stand by. It'll heal 50 every time you do that. And then once his turn comes back up, he will do that, which hurts quite a bit. You can take 2 of those hits, I'm pretty sure, so long as he doesn't get another turn in before Titus does, which he won't. And he should be close to death here, actually. If I'm not mistaken, he should wrap back around there. And I'm going to continue pummeling him with grenades. So attack, use, grenade, kill him. He should be real close to death. Just whatever, standby. The good thing is when you do standby, it does change your placement on the queue on the right side there. The second time he goes around, you'll get this pincer attack from Titus here. That's basically just kills his ability to Nautilus charge, so you may as well do it. Hopefully you know what a pincer attack is, otherwise I'm worried about your intellect. Or your Googling skills, one of the two. So you come over here and he can't Nautilus charge anymore, which leaves him to just flail his arms at you. I don't think you can steal anything else from him, so just hit him in the face. Come on, keep missing, we know. And there he goes. It gets the dramatic camera angles when on the last hit for a monster, so. Not that it matters, they kind of explode 2 seconds later, so it's kind of known when they die. So yay, we killed Kraken. I don't know who released the Kraken, but we have killed him, and I just started swimming in the wrong direction. That is a defense up, which I can't even use yet, because I don't have the proper sphere for it. So I'm just going to leave him sitting there. That's the thing with this sphere grid, is you have to actually be a little bit careful with the movement, because it's technically occasionally possible for you to move farther than you have the capability of learning, so you got to keep that in mind. Especially with some of the ability spheres, because some of those are pretty tricky to find kind of early in the game, or tricky to get, I should say. You don't really find them. Sorry there, I had to yawn. So why did we turn the power on in this place? And why do we have to keep swimming in this direction? There's something underwater here. What is this thing that we are swimming towards? By the way, it's the background that I'm talking about. It'll zoom out here in a second and show it. And remember what I said about them being underwater all the time? Yeah. I don't know how they do that. So there's that thing. You will see it again later in a slightly more majestic form. So this is a salvage operation. I think they say that on the ship, actually. Oh no, they say claim the big prize is what they say, or what she says. And that would be the big prize, if you couldn't tell by the camera being attached to it. What is it? We'll never know. Actually, we will know, but that's like halfway, if not more, through the game. Maybe that's actually like 75% through the game, I'm not sure. Regardless, you will see it again. It's an airship. That kind of ruined it there, didn't it? And there's that letter I learned. There was an A in the middle of that. Anything you learn is in red.
Hey, I helped out.
Anything you don't know is in blue. So keep that in mind. It'll be exciting. I don't think we get another Bhed primer for a while, actually. Unless I'm already missing one. That would be disappointing if I was already missing one, but I'm not, so. Hello, creepy lady. Brought us some food. That's the most disgusting food I've ever seen.
Right on.
And he just eats it with his hands. I'm sure that went well for his gloves he's wearing there. And now he's choking. Good job, Titus, you retard.
Hey!
Good job. You think you would have learned how to eat by now?
Eat too fast.
As explained by the question mark girl.
Hey!
Who, as you might know, or notice, is a seemingly important person.
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
And now you know her name.
Whoa! You really do understand.
And Titus is weird.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We.
We?
Oh, we means you.
I like how they kind of threw some like French in there or something.
Who are you guys anyway?
We is a
You're
French
Bhed.
word for.
Can't you tell?
I think it means you.
Wait,
Could mean I.
you're not an Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know.
And there's
what
another
is.
one of those shots.
Where are you from?
Xanarkin. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkin Abes.
Way to show off there.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys.
By the way, there's going to be a lot of those camera angles in this game.
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So she doesn't believe we're
So
from
I told her
Xanarkand.
everything there was
From
to tell about
Xanarkand.
Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder.
What am I smoking?
Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
Xanarkand isn't real, is what she just said.
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin
See?
destroyed it 1,000 years ago.
You fool.
So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh?
Well, they might still play blitzball. People play
What do
football
you
in like
mean,
ruined
1,000
cities.
years
They could play
ago?
blitzball in ruined cities.
But I saw Sin attack Xanarkin. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way.
Good morning, Akasha. How are you? Welcome to the story-driven game that is Final Fantasy X. I don't have anything to do, so I'm gonna save. Like I always do, every 4 seconds. I am doing alright, thank you for asking. A little early for me.
You
Well,
said
relatively early for me. It's not really that early, but you know.
you play blitzball?
I did.
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca.
Do they have candy?
Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
And some candy.
Ah.
No, nothing. And there's another one of those shots again, by the way. There's gonna be like 87 of those before the first 3
Okay,
hours of this
leave it to
game are
me.
done.
I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
By the time we get to Luca, we'll probably be in the
Okay, I'll go tell
200s
the
on the
others.
ass
Wait here.
shots there.
Oh. And one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
I'm a holy person.
Oh, uh-huh.
Isn't that how that works? I'm from a holy place, that makes me a holy person? No? Maybe? No. Oh yeah. I didn't want to ruin those shots because that character hasn't been introduced yet, but
My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when?
since about 1,000 years ago, weren't you just listening to that conversation?
Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future?
You can go back in a day or two, that's fine.
No way!
Good job, you broke the ship, you idiot. I'm curious what stops him right there. Does he stop himself? It doesn't look like he stops himself. And holy Jesus! It looks like he... Good job, people. It looks like he smashes into like the railing or something, but he's actually below the railing. So. And it's Sin again. Oh noes! He's come to eat my soul again. Come on, Titus, you can fight him. Be a man. Never mind. You're gonna die. I like how everyone else is fine and he gets like blown off the ship there. That is some skilled sabotagery by Sin there. I just saved, but sure, why not? May as well save again 4 minutes later. Fantastic. I'm the king of saved games. And he's back to being face down in the water. Seriously, that's like a prime way to die, is to be face down in water unconscious. Just saying.
Riku!
And birds, again. They're taunting me.
Blitzball!
Oh my god.
Hey, you okay?
I look really drunk, but let's go ahead and show off. Makes perfect sense. Like, he can barely see straight, and he's gonna show off. This is just great. I like this guy. He's a cool guy. He reminds me a little bit of Steiner with his devotion to a specific thing for most of the game. But what you want to do is you want to go over here. You can come back and get this later, but you may as well get it now. And it's the moon crest. Those crest items and another item that pairs with it. I can't remember the specific name of it. Those are used for ultimate weapons way, way later in the game, so you may as well grab that now. And there should be another chest over here, unless that was changed. There it is. Some antidotes, and now we can go talk to this mysterious man who hit me in the head with a ball. What a douche. Excuse me, sorry. Come here, dude. Some mysteriously clothed people going that way.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Nope, I don't. Oh, I have to.
Things were starting to look up.
Am I going for the ultimate weapons? Probably at least some of them. They're really not that complicated to get. It's just, since I have a guide that kind of cuts down on the complication right there, so I probably will get them. You just have to get those 2 items for each character,
You know amateur.
and you have to have a
The
Xana grenades. I'm a doofus. You have to have another item that
What did you
attaches
say
to
again?
all of them, basically, and it's way later in the
I
game.
meant, forget that. I got too close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So I don't know where this place is, or even where I came from.
I will be doing
Since
all of
Toxic got to
the
ya, but you're
puzzly
still
bits
alive.
perfectly, though.
Praise be to Yevon.
100% on the puzzly side of things.
All right, back to practice.
Back to failing, because these people are not very
I'm
good.
Walker, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What? You hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
I get you something. So you can sit here and watch them practice, you can talk to them, or you can sit here and watch them fail, like that guy on the left that just knocked himself out. Good job, buddy. There's just a few different animations that they repeat. The 2 on the right do the same thing, the 2 in the front just sit here and pass it back and forth. And the guy in the back left there continuously fails for the rest of time. Good job. And now you see why I don't think they're very good.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask.
I like how he says his name. This Waka.
It's true Xanarkand was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look.
You'll hear
Sin
Machina a lot
destroyed the
in this
machina
game.
cities. And Xanarkand along with them. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand.
You'll
Forget
also hear
Nino.
Waka say that a lot
We
too.
gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when.
Sorry.
Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
I didn't mean to use
Just
that
as
reading
Riku
lamp
said.
for my,
Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying.
what is that
Why
stupid
would
thing
they?
called that Amazon has? Frightening laughter.
But you from the Xanarkand Daves, that was a good one, huh? And
Kindle,
I'm not
that's what
saying
it
that
is.
team never existed, yeah? But you gotta
I guess that
figure,
would be
team living
considered a
in luxury like
machina.
that'd be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home.
It didn't work last
For
time.
now,
Why would you try it
just
again?
live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better. Maybe.
Possibly. Okie dokie. You just have to continue going this way. Here's another save point, which I'm going to use because I like using save points. Unknown Sea. I need not your unknown sea. The game is very much so linear. You can't go this way, by the way. It's blocked off right now. For a decent while, actually. At least until you get the airship, then it truly becomes freeform. But prior to that, you're basically just going point to point. Obviously, the beginning is going to be point to point because it's Final Fantasy, and they're all like that. And what are you doing, Waka? I don't trust you. Also, Titus, you're retarded. He's trying to kill me.
What's the big idea?
So there's a few chests in this area that I want to get. One of them's right here, basically, if I can get the camera to cooperate long enough for me to get it. There it is. These ones that are underwater are such a pain to get sometimes because you have to be on the right level and then the camera doesn't want to cooperate and it's just terrible. There should be another one over here. Somewhere. Unless I'm mistaken. Whoop! And fight. We can't steal anymore, so just kill things. Titus hits those, he hits this one. I believe Waka does, well, he overkilled it, but Waka does a little bit less damage than Titus right now, so. And there's no chest. None of these chests have anything super amazing in them, but it's free stuff, so. And they're on the pathway, may as well get them. It's not like they're slowing me down. The last one is way up around this corner over here on the right side. They're all on the right side, you notice. And we were ambushed. Oh, and something I forgot to explain. Whenever these people are done. If you overkill something, you get additional experience, or AP, as they call it in this. And it requires that you deal a certain percentage of their health and damage for the final blow. So, let me see if they actually have it in this guide, how much the overkill is. Nope. They show it for bosses, how much you would have to overkill them. I think it's like 10% of their health, or something like that. Over their, actual health, so... If something had 4,000, you'd have to deal 400 damage, or something like that. You get what I'm saying. Hopefully, otherwise I'm just blabbering incessantly. And random encounters. I believe the first game to not use random encounters is actually 12. I could be mistaken though. So C is going next, which is that one. And then a whole bunch of them are going. Freaking piranhas are obnoxious. Let's see. Oh, and another thing that popped up is I've already mentioned Get Daved is doing Final Fantasy VI. He's doing a vanilla run of it, the standard game. Someone else I watched surprisingly announced it. Did I get those antidotes? I don't even remember if I did. Whatever. There's an antidote chest back there if I didn't get it. Someone else I watched called Plump Helmet Punk is actually doing a modded run of Final Fantasy VI. I believe it's the Eternal Crystals mod or something like that. ROM hack if you want to call it that. I hate piranhas with a passion. A is going, kill him, and it doesn't matter. Overkill, yay! And for when you overkill stuff, you obviously get like 10% more experience or whatever. Most of the time it's just one extra experience point until way later in the game. At which point you're probably overkilling everything in its mother. It don't even matter, whatever. I was gonna give him that defense point there, but whatever. We will survive. That laughter was really weird, by the way.
Let me go.
No.
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
For someone whose job it is to swim underwater, he kind of fell down there pretty easily.
A major blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there.
I bet it's in Luca.
It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on.
Hello? Nothing? Just
Sure thing.
there he goes. Can't continue the story unless he says that.
Our team is gonna rock, eh?
If the rest of your team didn't suck, maybe.
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
That he wasn't. Spirit does have a nice atmosphere though. They kind of combine like a. It's basically a destroyed civilization.
I joined the
Whoops,
Aurochs at 13,
I skipped that.
10
Sorry.
years ago. 10 years, and we never won.
There
a
you go.
game.
10 years.
Well,
That's how bad they are.
After last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.